Hello, hello, hello. All right. Um, Tonight we're going to be talking about financial anxiety in retirement. And financial anxiety can ruin your golden years, but it does not have to. Your retirement shouldn't cause you stress. In fact, it should be bringing you joy. Because, see, retirement is not just about the numbers, it is really about emotional freedom. And so, tonight in this live, we're going to go deep into talking about financial anxiety and how it affects your retirement. And not just your retirement, but it also affects your retirement planning. Okay. And so, if you are new to me or to the channel, my name is Katrice, and I am a licensed health and life insurance broker and paralegal. And I educate women entrepreneurs on how to grow, protect, and secure their finances and build a financial legacy that they can be proud of. And so, if you would like to work with me one-on-one to see how you can grow, protect, and secure your finances, then you can book a free consultation with me at my link tree. The link is in the description of this video. Okay. All right. Now, have you ever found yourself laying awake at night, worried about whether or not you would have enough to comfortably retire? Or have you ever felt like you'll never truly feel financially secure? Or maybe you don't feel financially secure now, and you're like, if I don't feel financially secure now, then how will I feel, in retirement when I'm no longer working? Okay. And so on my video, I did, it was the secret to ensure that your money outlives you. On that video, I had a comment posted where a viewer was saying that she was worried that after she paid off her home, that she still wouldn't be okay during retirement. And this was even after she spoke with a financial planner. And the financial planner told her that once she paid off her home, she would be fine. But she still didn't feel secure in that. Okay. And so if you may be feeling that way currently, or if you've ever, had these types of thoughts, then you truly are not alone. Because financial anxiety about retirement, or just financial anxiety period, is actually quite common, especially among successful professional women who work so hard and yet feel unsure about the future. Okay. And then if you take into account the financial climate currently of the United States, then a lot of people don't feel secure with what's going on. Okay. And so today I'm going to help you to shift your mindset and guide you step by step from financial anxiety to financial freedom. Okay. And so by the end of this live, you'll know exactly how to approach your retirement plan confidently and stress-free. So grab your notebook and something to write with so that you can take notes. Okay. All right. So first, you have to understand where your financial anxiety, how it shows up, right? So a lot of times it will show up as uncertainty, as fear, procrastination, or even denial about retirement planning. Okay. Now, this anxiety can stem from confusion about finances, confusion about the economy, a fear of outliving your money, or concern over unexpected expenses or health costs. A lot of times we will look at the the people in our family, the elders in our family, and we will see how they navigated retirement. And if they didn't navigate retirement, if they were, worried about finances, or if, they may have only had their social security to live off of, or if they only had, say, a small, pension or 401k and their social security, and, they were struggling to make ends meet, then, we may, you may look at that and be like, oh, is that going to be my fate? Right. And so, and that's okay if you've thought that, okay. But recognizing your financial anxiety is the first step towards creating a concrete and reassuring retirement strategy. Okay. So you first have to acknowledge that it even exists. Okay. Now, if you have everything in order and you don't feel that financial anxiety about retirement, that is great. That's amazing, right? But if you know somebody, if you're watching this and you feel straight, but you're watching because you know that you maybe know somebody who does, share this live with them so that they can get this information, right? Because this is something critical, especially for women, because we tend to outlive men by 5 to 7 years. Um, and so, which means that's 5 to 7 years longer of expenses of hospital bills, if, should be. And so, you need to make sure that you're planning for that, right? And so if you already have some type of anxiety, that's going to bring you more stress. Okay. And so after you understand where your anxiety is coming from, then you want to get clear on your current financial picture. Okay. So you want to get clear on where you stand financially today. Okay. Evaluate your savings, your retirement accounts, your insurance coverage, your debts, and your monthly expenses. Right. Also, if you know, are you going to be in retirement? Are you going to want to stay in your current home? If you have not bought a home, are you going to be buying a home? And how would that be impacting, your retirement? And so these are all things that you want to look at. Okay. A lot of times, a lot of women, we as women, we don't like looking at money. We don't like talking about money. We don't like dealing with money. And if a lot of times women will just allow their husbands to handle the finances, and they'll know what's going on as far as like when bills need to be paid and things of that nature. But when it comes to like the saving and investing, from my experience working with women, their husbands handle everything when it comes to that type of stuff, and they don't. So they just allow their husbands to make those decisions for them. And there's nothing wrong with that, if that's how it's structured within your marriage or your relationship. But me personally, I just feel like both partners should know what's going on, because should something happen to your husband, or you get a divorce, then you're going to have to take over that for yourself. And so you should always know what's going on with the finances, whether you are the one that's actually handling it, like doing the actual, work of handling it, or not. You should still be in the loop with what's going on. Okay. Um, and while facing finances can be daunting, it is something that money is something that really a lot of people don't like to discuss. They don't like to talk about, because they just don't understand how money works. But clarity is the antidote to anxiety. And the the quicker you can get clear on your finances, the quicker the anxiety can go away. Okay. All right. And so once you're clear on your finances, once you're clear on where you stand, okay, then you can start planning, okay, for retirement. Okay. You need to know where you stand before you start planning, because managing your debt and getting your debt down is a part of retirement planning. So you have to know where you're starting before you can even make any type of a plan. Okay. And so a stress-free retirement does not happen by accident. It is intentionally designed. Okay. And so you want to outline a clear and actionable plan. Now, I do have in my retirement playlist, I have I give how to break down how to get started with a financial plan. And this is something that you can do on your own. And then you can also work with a financial planner. But before you start working with any financial planner or insurance agent, if you're looking into, using insurance, having that a part of your financial portfolio, you should have some type of idea of what you want your retirement to be. And then when you go and you work with the financial professional, they can help you to find the products and things that will fund, that you can use to fund, your retirement. But it starts with you and you making your plan. So the retirement playlist, I will link in the description of the video. Okay. But now the components of a solid retirement plan, emergency funds and liquidity. So you always want to have some funds that you can readily access should something were to happen. And then you want to look at guaranteed income sources. Social Security. Now, for millennials, don't bet on Social Security. But if you are right now watching and you you're of Social Security age, or you're going to be coming to Social Security age soon, Social Security would be a guaranteed income source for you. As long as you paid into it, because I do know some entrepreneurs, they haven't paid into it, or they haven't paid that much, so it isn't that much for them. Annuities. I personally feel like annuities are like your own personal Social Security account. You can get an annuity, and that can be, you can pay into that and let it compound and grow. And that can be your personal, own personal Social Security account. And then pensions. Okay. If you are fortunate enough to have a pension, then that's another guaranteed income source. Then you want to look into growth, things that you can do to grow your money. So investments, stocks, mutual funds, things like that. And then you also want to look into, another growth strategy would be whole life insurance. Okay. And then you want to look into tax efficiency planning. So that would be like IUL policies, Roth IRAs. This is where your strategic withdrawals will come in. Another growth strategy, 401ks, and traditional IRAs. Those things, like, I think I have another video where I talk about the difference between the traditional and the Roth. And if I don't, I might need to do a video on that. But anyway, and then after that, you want to look into your estate planning as well. Okay. So those are the components of a solid retirement plan. Okay. And in the retirement playlist, I go over all of that. Okay, so that will be in the description of this video. Okay, so creating a detailed retirement plan will replace any uncertainty with clear and actionable steps, providing you with a peace of mind. Okay, and that's really what it's all about. The financial anxiety will go away once you are clear on exactly how your finances will be in once you have a plan, I should say, for your finances in retirement. Now, on the 15th of May, so in about a week, I think it's next Wednesday. The 15th, next Thursday. Next Thursday, I am offering a free masterclass where I am going in depth on tax um, free retirement accounts. And I'm going to in depth on how you can use those accounts like IULs to fund your retirement completely tax free. Okay, I'm going to go in depth, and so you definitely want to hop on that masterclass. It's free, and so you can register for that at my link tree. Just go to my link tree, and you can register for that. And it's going to be at 8 p.m. on the 15th. Okay. All right. And so let's talk about the mindset, because mindset is so important when it comes to your finances. Okay. Financial freedom, it's not just about having wealth or just about having money. It's about freedom from worry, knowing that you can support yourself and your loved ones comfortably. Okay. And so if you are not quite if you are not quite like if you have racing thoughts or you have fearful thoughts about your ability to take care of yourself during retirement, visualize what your ideal retirement will look like. Okay, and I'm not just talking about financially, but also emotionally, how you'll wake up feeling stress free and knowing that everything is taken care of. Okay, because money is emotional. Money is energy, right? And emotions are energy. Okay. And so when you feel stressed and when you feel worried around money, it kind of repels money away from you. Okay. And so you want to picture your retirement nice and stress free, and you enjoying the things that you want to enjoy, your hobbies, that spending time with your grandkids and having an amazing time with them, or your husband or your loved ones. And you want to start picturing that in your mind, because it, like Bob Proctor say, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand, right? And so you want to get away from the fearful thoughts and move into more empowering thoughts, and visualizing, that you are stress free, and that, you are financially able to take care of everything that you want to take care of with no stress, low, limited amount of debt. Um, it shifts something within you. And the more you focused on that instead of the fearful thoughts, the better you shift your energy. Okay. Um, and so start visualizing that, right? Start visualizing how you want your retirement to look. Okay. All right. So here are some things that you can do today to transition away from financial anxiety to freedom. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is you want to set some specific retirement goals. Okay. So what do you want in retirement? How do you want your retirement to look? How do you want to feel in retirement? How much do you think that you're going to need to live comfortably in retirement? Okay. Once you have your goals, then you can actually start planning. Okay. That's when you can start sitting down with a planner, a retirement planner, or a financial professional and start planning and looking at different products and things that you can purchase to start your retirement savings and start the planning process. Okay. Um, and this one kind of goes with number 2, but you schedule a financial health checkup with a professional. Okay. And then the next thing you can do is to start to automate your savings and investments. And then you're going to want to review or initiate a tax efficient retirement plan. Okay. So this part of this step here is where you will start looking into um, the different products that based on like the taxes that you'll be paying. So like, for example, 401ks, you they are pre-tax, so you can contribute to them and not have to pay taxes now. But when you withdraw, then you have to start paying taxes. Okay. With an IUL, you don't have to pay taxes when you withdraw. Okay. So if you have 401k, that you're going to have to pay taxes with that. So you also are going to want to look into having sources where you're not going to have to pay taxes, right? So that you're keeping more money in your bank account and not giving it to the IRS. Okay. And then the last thing, you want to commit to financial education regularly. You always want to stay up to date on your financial literacy. Okay. So taking even one step today is progress towards financial freedom tomorrow. Okay. And so you worked hard, you're working hard, and your retirement should reflect your effort and not your anxiety. Okay. So if all you do right now is you just start visualizing, figuring out, how do you want things to look? Start playing around with how you want your retirement to look. Get get your mind thinking about it, right? And the more you think about it, the easier it'll become for you. Okay. All right. And so if you have made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I so appreciate you. My goal is to always provide you with practical, actionable financial advice to help you to take control of your financial future. And so if you would like to book a free consultation with me to discuss your insurance, retirement, or estate planning needs, you can do so using my link tree in the description of the video. Okay. Now, if this video helped you, please do give it a thumbs up and share it out with your business bestie who may need to see this info as well. Now, if you like the content that I do provide on this channel, please do subscribe and then click the bell so that you get notified anytime I go live or upload new content to the channel. Okay. And then let me know in the comments, which action step will you take first? Okay. I love to hear your thoughts. And if you have any questions about this content in this live or any financial question, you can put it in the comments, and I always go back. I read comments and respond. Okay. And that's what I have for you today. And so remember, the way to secure your financial future is to protect it now, because no one is coming to save you in the future. All right. Have a good one. See you in the next one.